A beautiful morning to you. You're welcome to Sports Personality Show on Atlantic Television Network. My name is Kingsley Mano. Very happy to be back here this morning to you and bring you up to speed with the latest, as it concerns, a special sports personality on today's edition of the show. Today, we shall take a look at a very, very special sports personality, and no other than Rodrigo Hernandez, of course, popularly known as Rodri. Of course, he is the winner of the 2024 Ballon d'Or award, for the men's category. Was really, of course, a lovely one. Seeing Rodri, of course, taking up the Ballon d'Or award this time ahead of, his rival, talking about Vinicius Jr. We're going to take a look at, his life this morning on the show and how or what he's been able to achieve so far, in his career. Promises to be an exciting one this morning, and we'll urge you to sit tight as we're very ready this morning to unravel all that you need to know about our sports personality, Rodrigo Hernandez. Stay with us, we'll be right back. Welcome back. The Sports Personality Show on Atlantic Television Network. I told you, of course, we'll be taking a look at the special sports personality this morning, no other than Rodrigo Hernandez. And joining me to take a look at, the life of Rodri is Emmanuel Michael. Good morning to you, Michael, and welcome to the show.
A beautiful morning to you, Kingsley, and good morning to our viewers. They're always a delightful moment joining.
I also have Dr. Elechi as well. Dr. Elechi, good morning to you and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Michael, and a very good morning to our viewers all over Port Harcourt and Nigeria at large.
All right, let's quickly take a look at Rodri, born on June 22nd, 1996, renowned for his role. Taking a look at his early life, bulk of what he did was, of course, in Spain.
Yes, of course, and it is not surprising that the bulk of his early life activity was is surrounded within Spain, and especially Madrid, to be precise, because there is a divergent culture and background in Spain. Traditionally, you have the Catalans and you have the Madrid, and of course there is always a bitter rivalry between the Catalans and Madrid. background. And of course, you know that Spain, basically, they are Catholic oriented from their background, are the, a Christian per se, in quotes. So for me, he was very, very diligent, very obedient at his tender age. He had other factors that actually propelled him to also hold on very fast to his profession, because at early age, as at 3 years old, Rodri was already, kicking the round leader game. Whenever he sees anything in form of the round leader game, he can kick it for a living just because he loved football, and he never looked back. And taking a look at when he was born, 1996, which is very remarkable in the calendar or the history of Nigerian football, because 1996, you can't actually forget the Atlanta hostility, where Nigeria actually won their first, underage World Cup out there, which for me marked the beginning of a newborn
youth team. It's one of the best youth team in the world, and you don't take it away from the Spanish. Apart from him playing for this youth team, while he was progressing, he was also able to be incorporated into the Spanish youth national team. He played for the under 16, he played for the under 19, he played for the under 21, and as he is playing, they are also looking at his attributes, like his what strength. He has strength, ability to pass, and strength. So that means over the years, because of his background and where he's coming from, his coaches have been able to look at his weak point, and they worked on him, and were able to have the caliber of player we have today. And Manchester City in England is enjoying what has been done in Spain. So kudos must be given to the Spanish FA and the organizers of football in Spain.
CD Espanyol, of course, was of course a very impressive one for the man. But talking about his senior career, he made a significant move in his football career on May 24th, 2018, as he returned to Atletico Madrid. The club reached an agreement with Villarreal for his transfer, and Rodri signed a lucrative 5-year contract with the Madrid side, and the transfer involved a fee in the approximate range of 20 million euros with an additional 5 million euros in variables. His debut for Atletico Madrid took place on August 15, 2018, in the 2018 UEFA Super Cup held in Turin. And during this match, he played a key role, participating for the first 34 minutes in thrilling encounter that saw Atletico Madrid emerge victorious with a 4-2 extra time win over their city rivals Real Madrid in that one. And of course, was a very remarkable moment and time. Michael, you will say for Rodri, that was actually,
of course, he delivered like no other person in the pitch of play. You have to go back and watch the clip of that Atletico Madrid game, that Copa del Rey, and see his statistics that day. In fact, defensively, that day he was able to win about 7 duels in that match and made about 4 tackles, 4 successive dribbles, in that game, which stand as one of his key performance. A bitter rival, talking about Real Madrid, and they were able to win that very one in a glorious fashion, not knowing that other big teams were also keeping tab on this player called Rodrigo Hernandez, and that is how the man, the magician, when he has to do with tactics, Pep Guardiola, who has been there, has been an engine. The man has been a fulcrum. The man has been a backbone of Manchester City midfield, and the rest, they will say, is history.
All right, we have to take a break now. Well, we'll come back from this break. We'll take a look at his time and what he has been able to achieve in his new club, because in 2019, 2020, that was when, of course, he switched to Manchester City, and has been a rosy moment for the man. We'll come back from this break. We'll take a look at, of course, his time at Manchester City. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Still Sports Personality Show on Atlantic Television Network, and of course, we're taking a look at Rodri. He's a Manchester City defensive midfielder. He just won the 2024 Ballon d'Or award, and that's how we're taking a look at what the man has been able to do so far in his career. And talking about his time at Manchester City, Rodri made a significant move to Manchester.
And you see the result showing 11 trophies within the time he has spent in Manchester City. He has won almost everything that he's supposed to win as a player in club side. He won everything in Man City. That's to show that it is not just his personal ability, but also the bulk of the team played a major role in enhancing what he already has. Over the years in Spain, he was already a mid player in Spain, but he needed the right atmosphere for him to display what he has, and I think Manchester City fit him for him, both in terms of player and also in terms of the managerial aspect, because the coach, if you go to a team where the coach doesn't give you the opportunity to display what you have, you may not be able to display it. I think the coach believes so much in him, and the coach also saw the potential in him.
Of course, on Atletico Madrid or even Villarreal or even Real Zaragoza, for Rodri to have, been a contender, for the Ballon d'Or. So when he moved over, came to English Premier League, he had a perfect platform for him to unleash whatever potentials that he had in him. And of course, coupled with a perfect man, a perfect coach that understands the modern day era of football. The tiki-taka we are playing, that Pep Guardiola is playing today, he has also evolved the tiki-taka. And there are three basic things or function that has to do with the tiki-taka. You talk about the positioning, you talk about the possession, then you talk about the passing. To mind, because the eyes of the world, the media focuses on, and of course, England, their media hype and all of that is very massive. That made it very simple for Rodri to be crowned the Ballon d'Or award.
So can we now say that Manchester City and Pep brought Rodri to limelight?
Okay. Well, in football, you cannot say that they brought him to limelight, because at least he was doing pretty well at Atletico Madrid, but then they gave him the platform to get to the apex or the zenith of his career.
I think I will differ a bit from what he's saying, because if you are saying that
Manchester City?
No, the Spanish league is though he is right by saying that Barcelona and Real Madrid dominates in terms of winning the Ballon d'Or and everything that has to do. But we should also look at the time that Rodri spent in the Spanish league. In the Atletico Madrid we are talking about, he spent only one season, the 2018-2019 season, in Atletico Madrid before he moved to Manchester City. And he didn't just come to Manchester City and immediately he won the Ballon d'Or. He spent over 5 years. So the man we are talking about has been progressing from one point to the other. So it's not just that because he left Atletico Madrid and Man City was the right platform. No, I think it is a work in progress, and at this time we're able to get to the top of his career where he was able to win the Ballon d'Or. So it's not just something of looking at it that it was because he was at Atletico Madrid. He had only one full-fledged season in Atletico Madrid. While he was in Villarreal, he was still at that embryonic stage where he was being transformed to what he became. It was when he went to Atletico that he was able to show the real true self of what he's supposed to be at Atletico. And it was only one season. So coming over to Man City, he spent a lot of years before he won the Ballon d'Or.
So what is your argument, Doc? What is your argument? Now let me understand the basis of the argument.
No, I've just made a point. I'm saying that I'm totally not agreeing with you in totality. That it is not because he was in Atletico Madrid that was why he didn't win the Ballon d'Or. because that was because you are looking at it from the club he played for in Spain. What I'm trying to say is that he was a work in progress. Coming to Man City, he spent some time before we get what we are discussing today.
And I'll put it to you that even if he has stayed 10 years at Atletico Madrid, he wouldn't have won the Ballon d'Or. That is the sad reality.
No, I think you are really you don't just totally affirm to that and say that if he has stayed, because you don't know the policies and the way Atletico would have transformed over years. He would have.
And over years, we've not seen them trust.
In football, you can never say never. No, over the time, Atletico had played even up to the final in the Champions League. If Rodri had been part of the team that played up to the final, he mustn't win it. His statistics would take him to winning the Ballon d'Or. So that's the area I am coming from.
The players that you play with in a team is a determinant factor helping you to win the Ballon d'Or. Of course, you know that football is a team game. You know, and the players, the quality or calibers of player that you play with in a team helps you a lot. It gives you that advantage. And I tell you, without mincing words, that if Rodri had stayed at Atletico Madrid for 10 good years, with a crop of players surrounded around Atletico Madrid, he wouldn't have won the Ballon d'Or. That is the sad reality for me.
All right, that's the situation of things, and I tell you, the man has done a lot, won a lot of community shield for Manchester City since he came in, won Premier League titles, and as well, he has won the Champions League. In fact, he was the one who helped Manchester City with the Champions League they won last. He was the one who scored that goal against Inter Milan. It was a very, very lovely one, and that's what, of course, you will say, at some point, he gave Madrid that edge, and Madrid also gave him that edge. So for me, I think it's also a two-way thing for him to get to where he is today, in the world of football. And talking about it, we saw the Ballon d'Or award this week. A lot of controversy, after he was being given that Ballon d'Or award. And I also like us to discuss it here. Doc, I'm going to start with you. A lot of person feels that, Rodri did not deserve that Ballon d'Or award, that it was Vinicius Junior, the Real Madrid player, that he was the one that was supposed to be given that award. What do you think of that school of thoughts?
Now, first of all, the question I'll ask is, what is Ballon d'Or? Ballon d'Or is a French football magazine award. It's not a FIFA award. It is not a UEFA award. Now, the organizers of Ballon d'Or has their criteria, and if they have their criteria, it is whoever that meets their criteria that they give the award to. Not probably saying that the person from all statistics must be the best. If we are looking at this direction, you are standing from that direction, I'm starting from this direction. You say this is straight. I will tell you that this is straight. Both of us are right. But at the end of the day, if we look at it from the right angle, we know who and who is supposed to be right. Rodri has won the award from the statistics of whosoever that was responsible for giving the award, and they have seen him to be the best fit for the Ballon d'Or award. And I think nobody has to question whosoever that is the organizer of the award, because they have done what they think is the right thing, and everybody has to agree with their ruling or what they have agreed on. If we go contrary to that, then automatically we are saying that the committee that was set up to give the award did not do their work right. I don't know if you understand me. So I think they have done the right thing by giving it to the right player. Now, let's look at it statistically. Rodri won the UEFA Europe Championship. He was the player of the tournament. He won the Premier League. So if you look at these statistics, I think he's a contender. Is he among the best three? Yes, he's among the best three. So anybody can get it.
The truth remains that, Doc, there are so many angles to this, and the controversy rages on who truly deserves to, be crowned the Ballon d'Or award. Of course, a lot of divided and dissenting opinion from across the globe, across every angle, because of the award given to Rodri. But then, I tell you, if you take a look at it critically, I would have even decided to remain, very silent on this matter. But I think it's a very burning issue in a world of football that we need to also make our own input as professionals as well. For Rodri, truly deserving to be nominated as one of the best. When you take a look at his statistics, his performance vis-a-vis that of Vinicius Junior, you want to say just maybe Vinicius Junior also have a claim or a say for himself out there because of the statistics and because of what he did for Brazil and for Real Madrid. So for me, I think, like I say, this controversy rages on because it's a different strokes from different folks. But I just want to leave it there. The organizers have done their best. Of course, it's about over 100 professional journalists that was picked across the globe, to make this one happen. So it's not more something that we say, okay, this thing was just set up by a certain committee that went out there and did the voting. No, the process was very transparent, and people made their vote count, and that is how Rodri emerged victorious. But then I tell you, it will be one of the most controversial awards given to an individual player. That the history will remain not to forget in a very long while to come.
Of course, that's it. Controversial Ballon d'Or award, according to Michael, being given to the man Rodri. But a Ballon d'Or award is a Ballon d'Or award. It's been awarded to the man, and he has taken it. Of course, a certain player, Lionel Messi, he has actually been accused of winning a lot of Ballon d'Or. Why some fans, of course, say controversial, to say, but you've won the Ballon d'Or, you've won the Ballon d'Or. That's
yes, and we shouldn't also forget that the Ballon d'Or has been known for these controversies, and we can't take it away from that. They are humans; they are born to make errors, and we shouldn't just stand and begin to judge them. They have done what they think is the best. We have to applaud them. There is no other organization that have come up to give an award. Don't also forget that there was the rumor that because of this formation of this Super League that was championed by Perez, the Real Madrid president, and the relationship between him and the UEFA president has not really been that cordial. And if you could remember that before the Ballon d'Or award, there was a rumor that Vinicius Junior had won the award, only for another rumor to come up hours before the Ballon d'Or that it is no longer Vinicius, that Real Madrid has boycotted. So there is a lot to it. That's why I didn't really want to wade into all this. It has to do with those that are really involved.
Michael, Rodri actually became, the next player to win the Ballon d'Or after Cristiano Ronaldo did it, in 2008, as an England player. Do you see this, paving the way for English players to be at that position of winning the Ballon d'Or?
That is only if Pep Guardiola remains in the English Premier League, for maybe next 4 years to come. We may say yes. I may say yes to that. Then again, if Slot, going by what we've seen him done within the few matches that he has played for Liverpool, will remain consistent, then maybe there is hope for English Premier League clubs to produce another Ballon d'Or in the near 4 to 5 years to come. But if not, I tell you, it will still remain a thing of the Spanish team out there, because over the last 10 years right now, go through the record.
Even Lionel Messi had to come from Inter Miami to win the last one.
So that is what it is. That is what it is. But the truth remains that it will take consistency from English Premier League clubs for them to also continue to make that headway, because I tell you, it's been very difficult for them since Cristiano Ronaldo left under Sir Alex Ferguson of Manchester United. They find it very difficult, though sometimes they come close to it or never made it happen. This time around, Pep Guardiola was able to break a 16-year-old jinx. Let's hope that he continue to at least continue with this standard that he's setting, because since Pep Guardiola came to Manchester City and England, he has been able to put other teams on their toes out there to ensure that they improve in all ramifications in terms of their pattern of play and result as well. So I believe that if he stays maybe 4 or 5 years, you can say that English Premier League clubs have a chance of contending for the Ballon d'Or award in the next year.
All right, sir. Doc, let's take a look at, his progress with the national team. Had about 57 appearances, of course, for national team. Scored about 4 goals and about 2, assists for the Spanish national. They won the Euros the last time, and also thanks to Rodri, who was also instrumental. And of course, let's also take a look at, how much is in the bank is in his bank account. To understand the man, of course, has made a lot of money for himself. Rodri's current net worth is estimated to be around 15.6 million pounds, and the Spanish midfielder earns 180,000 pounds. That's about $230,000 a week at Manchester City. However, we've seen in a lot of reports, coming in for much endorsement deals, for the man. But Michael, the man, apart from the fact that I guess he earns so well, it's so sad that we're not going to...
The graduate is educated. I mean, he finished a 4 good year, university course, and he has a degree in business and management as well, and got married. Not married legally per se, but then the whites, the way they do their thing, to one of his